Well, now let's dive deep into this big LGBT story for today. I'm Al Ferguson, and let's queer up the USA view. Naples Pride sues the city in federal court with the aid of the ACLU. Naples Pride has filed a federal lawsuit against the City of Naples for denying a special events permit to host a family-friendly drag performance in Cambier Park during its annual Pridefest in June. The lawsuit, backed by the ACLU of Florida and law firm Patterson, Belknap, Webb, and Tyler, claims the city's actions violate the First Amendment. On May 2nd, Naples Pride's legal team delivered a powerful defense of free speech during a preliminary injunction hearing in federal court. A judge is expected to issue a ruling within a week, one that could determine whether Naples Pride can return its drag performance to the main stage of Naples Pride this June. The organization says the city's refusal follows years of hostility toward drag and LGBT events in the city. Since 2023, Naples has rejected permit applications if they included drag performances in public, forcing the event indoors and slashing its reach and revenue. The event in Naples reminds our community of Treasure Coast Pride in 2023, as that city enforced privacy fences to be constructed to continue Pride so the main stage drag show could not be seen outside of the Pride Festival grounds. Samantha Past, LGBTQ Rights Staff Attorney at the ACLU of Florida, said, quote, "The First Amendment ensures that viewpoint and content-based discrimination cannot infringe on freedom of speech and expression. Drag is an art form that holds great significance in the LGBTQ community, both as a form of social commentary and celebration. Drag is constitutionally protected, even if someone doesn't like it," end quote. Queer News Tonight will be attending Naples Pride and will continue to follow this story. You know, this story is actually simpler than we think. Naples is wrong. It's
Period.
simple. Period.
Period.
They have no constitutional grounds for it. If they did, drag would already be banned in the state of Florida. This issue has been decided. Hamburger Mary's in Orlando helped the federal judicial system decide this issue. You cannot ban drag performance based on this amorphic definition that somehow it is a sexual act that affects children. DeSantis and the radical voices in the state legislature tried to accomplish this, and they failed. And they failed spectacularly because they could not find ways to define that this was a sexual act and therefore would be defined like adult entertainment. The ACLU is getting ready to kick Naples' ass. Now, how quickly that happens, I don't know. That's the first thing. Until perhaps it gets all the way to the Supreme Court and a conservative majority reverses that. That's what the federal standing is currently.
Right.
The second thing is, I hope in doing this story and talking about Naples Pride, decision makers, tourism decision makers in Naples, Collier County, will watch a story like Queer News Tonight and say, you know, you're focusing attention on your community in a way that you do not want to focus. The vast majority of Americans do not agree with this. And you are taking the chance that the communities and people that would travel to Naples are not going to be 107 years old forever, and that they want it doesn't have to be a liberal, but they want a safe experience that's inclusive for everyone. And Naples is saying loud and clear, don't come here. And the ACLU, again, is going to kick their ass and show you why you shouldn't come to Naples, Collier County. I applaud Naples' decision, the ACLU's decision, that law firm's decision to stand up for the First Amendment, because the First Amendment is more important than anything else that we're talking about here. in my opinion.
Yeah.
We should let the Naples queers know they're always welcome over here in the blue bubble of South Florida. Come on over.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to see drag, close your windows. Go on a vacation. You know what date it is. Leave. Come back.
Yeah.
We just want space. Give us the space. We don't want anything else. Respect and space.
For sure. And 2023 was a tough year for prides, and the drag issue was really a big topic for all prides to really consider, because you didn't want to have like sponsors backing out, or the city even deeming, no, you can't have a pride next year.
Yeah.
But thank goodness that all was taken care
and for
of.
people that don't remember, I went to Port St. Lucie specifically for this reason. When I went to Port St. Lucie, the president of Port St. Lucie Pride was like this. And I understood it, and I had lots of empathy because they were under so much pressure about what was going on. But when I arrived at that Pride event, I was literally, the oxygen was pulled out of my lungs because the fencing of the Pride Festival grounds had big, I think 8-foot covers on the fence, so you could not see in. And the reason is there's some kind of shame going on the inside of these fences, and we want to protect you from these imaging. To me, the proof, I have long experience with RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul performed from the mid-90s until 2015, something big happened in 2016, but performed for 20 years and no one said a word. This is great. This is an art form. Someone turned it into a political issue and then demonized it and then criminalized it and then tried to make it a legal issue. And Ron DeSantis is one of the people that tried to do that, and you failed spectacularly. And I really think that's what's going to happen in Naples. We'll keep you abreast of this story. That is a big LGBT story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ